Elena sat in her seat on the airplane. She looked out the window. The sky was bright, and the plane was getting ready to leave. Elena was 87 years old. It was her first time flying. Her hands were a little cold. She was nervous, but also excited. She was going to see her son. It had been many years since she last saw him. A voice came from the speaker. "Please fasten your seatbelt," it said. Elena listened and followed the instructions. She pulled the belt across her lap and clicked it. Around her, people were talking. Some laughed. Some were quiet. Elena looked around but did not speak. Her mind was busy with memories. She thought about the last time she saw her son. He was young back then. He had big dreams. He told her, "Mom, I want to study. I want a better life." She hugged him and said, "Go, my son, learn, be strong." Then he left for the city. She waved to him until he disappeared down the road. Now, many years later, she was going to see him again. Elena closed her eyes for a moment. Her heart felt heavy. So much time had passed. So many things had changed. She wondered, would he still remember her? Would he still need her? The plane started moving. Elena took a deep breath. She remembered her childhood. She grew up in a small village. Her family was poor. Her father worked in the fields. Her mother cooked and cleaned. Elena helped her mother every day. One day she heard children reading. Their voices were clear. They repeated words together. Elena wanted to learn too. She asked her father, "Can I go to school?" But he said, "No, Elena. Girls do not need school. Girls stay home and help." Elena said nothing, but in her heart, she felt sad. At night, when her brothers came home, they talked about school. They had books. After they fell asleep, Elena took one of their books. She opened it and looked at the letters. She touched the letters with her fingers. She whispered the words. She did not understand everything, but she wanted to learn. Her mother saw her one night. She said, "Elena, you must sleep." Elena replied, "I want to learn." Her mother sighed, but did not stop her. So every night, Elena read in secret. Slowly, she learned more. She copied words. She asked questions. Some people laughed at her. "Why are you trying?" they said. "You are just a girl." But Elena did not stop. A flight attendant came by and smiled. "Would you like something to drink?" she asked. Elena opened her eyes. "Just water, please," she said. The flight attendant gave her a small cup. Elena took it and held it. The plane was quiet now. Elena heard soft footsteps, but her mind was far away. She was still thinking about the past. She remembered how hard her life had been. Every day she worked. Every day she tried to learn something new. She had dreams too, but she waited. She waited for the right time. Sometimes she asked herself, did I make the right choices? Did I do enough? She thought again about her son. He had left so long ago. He wanted to study. He wanted to grow. She had told him to go. She wanted him to be strong. But now she wondered, will he recognize me? Will he still love me? Elena looked at her hands. They were old now. Her skin was thin. Her hair was white. Time had changed her, but inside, she was still the same person. She was still the mother who said goodbye with love. She was still the girl who learned to read in the dark. Her journey was not just a trip to another place. It was a journey through time, a journey through memories, a journey through life. She took another deep breath. Soon she would see her son again. Soon she would find out if he still saw her the same way. The plane flew smoothly across the sky. Elena looked out the window and whispered, "I hope he remembers." Elena was still a young woman when her father told her, "It is time to marry." He thought this was the right path for her. But Elena did not want to get married. Not yet. She wanted something different. She wanted to work. She wanted to learn. She had dreams. She looked at her father and said quietly, "No, I want a different life." Her father was angry. He could not understand. In her village, girls did not say no. But Elena had made her decision. She packed a small bag and left her home. She had no money. She had no job. She was afraid. But in her heart, she was sure of one thing. She wanted more. Elena walked to the next town. The streets were busy. Everything was new. She looked for work. Some people said, "You are a woman. What can you do?" But one kind woman said, "I have a small shop. You can help me clean." Elena smiled. "Yes, thank you," she said. And so she started her first job. Every morning, Elena came early. She swept the floor. She cleaned the shelves. She helped with small things. But she did not only work. She listened. She watched. She learned. She learned how people bought and sold things. She listened to the way they spoke. She began to understand new words in English. Words like money, customer, price, and change. One day she asked the shop owner, "Can you teach me to count money?" The woman looked at her and smiled. "Yes, Elena, I will teach you." Elena learned fast. She worked hard. Soon she was not just cleaning. She was helping customers. She could greet people, give change, and speak politely. People began to notice. They said, "Elena is smart. Elena is good at business." Elena saved money. It was not a lot, but it was hers. She made a big decision. She said, "I want my own store." The shop owner laughed kindly and said, "That is not easy, Elena." But Elena said, "I know, but I will try." She found a small space near a busy street. She bought a few things to sell. It was not much. Some soap, fruit, and small items. She opened her little store. At first, nobody came. Some people said, "She's just a woman. She will fail." But Elena did not give up. She stood at the door. She smiled at everyone. She said, "Welcome." Slowly, people came in. They bought small things. Then, more people see. Elena's store began to grow. One day, a man came to her store. He bought something, looked around, and said, "You are different. You are strong." Elena smiled, but did not know what to say. The man came back the next day, and the day after that. He helped her carry boxes. He gave her advice. One evening, he said, "Will you marry me?" Elena thought of her father's words from long ago. It is time to marry. But this time, the choice was hers. She said, "Yes, but only if you respect me. Only if I can keep my dreams." The man nodded. "Yes, Elena," he said. They got married. His name was Mr. Nguyen. Elena and Mr. Nguyen worked together. They made the store better. Elena learned how to keep records, how to manage money, and how to speak better English. She practiced saying things like, "How can I help you?" and "Thank you for coming." Her shop became a happy place. Customers liked her smile and her kind words. Later, Elena gave birth to a baby boy. When she held him for the first time, she felt joy and hope. She looked at his face and said, "You will have a better life. You will go to school. You will learn." As her son grew, Elena read simple stories to him. She showed him how to write letters. She told him, "You can be anything. You can go far." Her son listened. He loved books. He loved learning. One day, he looked at Elena and said, "Mom, I want to study in the city." Elena felt her heart grow full. She remembered her own past. She smiled and said, "Go, my son. Learn. Be strong." Elena had changed her life. She had made brave choices. And now, she was helping her son follow his dreams too. She knew it was not easy, but it was worth it. Her courage had opened a new future for both of them. One morning, Elena found a letter in her mailbox. It was from her son. Her hands shook as she opened it. The paper was clean and new. The words were full of feeling. "Mom, I miss you," he wrote. "I have a good job now, but something is missing. I want to see you. Please come visit me." Elena read the letter again and again. Her heart felt warm. Tears came to her eyes. After so many years, her son still remembered her. He still wanted to see her. Elena sat quietly for a long time. Could she travel? Could she leave her home, her store, her memories? She was old now, but her heart said yes. She packed a small bag. She brought her favorite shawl, her son's old letters, and a photo of the store. She went to the airport and waited for her flight. Everything was new. She felt small and unsure, but she also felt strong. She was doing this for love. The plane landed smoothly. Elena walked slowly through the airport. Many people were there. Some hugged, some smiled, some held signs with names. She looked around. She searched for her son, but she didn't see him. Her heart sank. Did he forget? Did he change his mind? Then a young woman walked up to her. "Excuse me, ma'am," she said kindly. "Are you Elena?" Elena nodded. "Yes," she said softly. The woman smiled. "I am Anna. Your son sent me. He had an important meeting. He's so sorry he couldn't come himself, but he asked me to bring you to him." Elena tried to smile, but her heart was heavy. Her son was not there. She had traveled so far. She had waited so long. Still, she nodded. "Okay," she said. Anna took her bag and led her to a car. They drove through the city. Lights passed by. Elena looked out the window. Everything was fast and new. Her thoughts were quiet. After some time, the car stopped in front of a tall building. Anna helped her out. "Your son is waiting upstairs," she said. Elena walked inside and took the elevator up. When the doors opened, she saw him. Her son stood there, in a suit, looking strong and tall. He looked different, but his eyes were still the same. Elena stood still. She waited. He looked at her and took a step forward, his eyes filled with tears. "Mom," he said, I'm so sorry." His voice shook. "I wanted to be there. I tried, but I couldn't leave. I was scared you would be angry." Elena looked at him. Her son, no longer a boy, but not a stranger. She stepped closer and held his hands. "I am here now," she said. Her voice was soft. He held her hands tightly. "I missed you, Mom," he said again. "I missed you every day." Elena smiled. "I missed you too, my son." They hugged. It was a long, quiet hug. Elena felt his heart beating. He was still her son. She was still his mother. The time apart had not changed that. They went to his apartment. It was big and clean. On the table there was food. Her favorite food. I cooked for you, her son said. Elena laughed. You cooked? That is new. He smiled. I wanted to make something special. They sat and ate together. They talked and laughed. It felt like old times. Later, as the night became quiet, her son looked at her. Mom, he said, everything I know, I learned from you. You taught me to work hard. You taught me to dream. You taught me to never give up. Elena looked at him, her eyes filled with tears. She had always wondered if she did enough. Now she knew the answer. She reached across the table and held his hand. Life keeps moving, she said, but love stays the same. He nodded. Yes, Mom. And now we are together again. That night, Elena sat by the window. She looked out at the city. She thought about her life. She had started with nothing. She had faced many hard days, but she never gave up. She followed her heart. She helped her son grow. And now, here she was, home again, in his arms. To anyone listening, Elena would say, follow your dreams, believe in love, and never forget you are stronger than you think. Elena's story is a journey of courage, love, and hope. She was born in a small, poor village where girls were not allowed to go to school. But she had a dream. She wanted to learn. Even when others laughed at her, she kept going. At night, she studied in secret. As she grew older, she made brave choices. She said no to marriage at a young age. She left home with nothing but hope in her heart. She worked hard, learned slowly, and built her own business. She became a strong woman. Then, she became a mother. She gave her son the chance she never had, the chance to study, to dream, and to grow. Even when he went far away, she waited with love and faith. Years later, her son asked her to visit. She was old, but she said yes. On that plane, she carried not just a suitcase, but a lifetime of memories. When they finally met again, they cried, laughed, and shared a warm meal. He said, Mom, I learned everything from you. So what can we learn from Elena's story? No matter how hard life gets, never stop dreaming. No matter how far someone goes, love always finds a way. And even if you start with nothing, with courage and kindness, you can build a life full of meaning. In today's world, we all face stress, worry, and busy lives. But Elena reminds us to slow down, love more, and believe in ourselves. Congratulations! If you listened or read to the end, that means your English is getting better. You understood a full story in English, and not just any story, but a powerful one. Here's a question for you. What did Elena do when she was told girls should not go to school? A. She stopped learning. B. She studied in secret. Comment your answer below, A or B. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more English learning stories like this. If you enjoyed the story and want to support us, please consider donating. We work hard and create this content for free to help you learn English. Your support keeps us going. Thank you.